everybody. We are post Chilmark Road Race 2018. I was pretty sore to begin with, so I did do a little bit of self-massage with topical anti-inflammatory cream before the race. And with that being said, I knew that I was going to have a particular challenge doing the race, so I was sure to do a lot of dynamic stretching before the race and an extended warm-up walking period for the first half a mile to mile. So I walked like the first mile of the race, and then from that point forward I did a series of sprint walk for the flatlands, and then walking down the declines and sprinting as much as I could up the inclines. And that was pretty fun too, because a lot of people were tired and walking by the time they got to the inclines, but I had saved up my energy and pushed through, and all that collective strain through bodybuilding helped me to persevere up the hills, and so I got a little bit of upper body workout too, pushing the stroller. After that, we went to the Chilmark store, got back to the house, did a little bit of relaxation. Now I am starting to feel a little bit of soreness, especially in my left ankle, and I have been feeling soreness and muscle tension increasingly so over the last like 2 weeks. So I've been trying to implement a self-care, injury prevention, myofascial release, and stretching protocol in conjunction with my bodybuilding schedule. So I wanted to take you through some of the myofascial release movements that I do for injury prevention. So I hope you enjoy. So I wanted to just quickly show you some of the tools that I use for myofascial release and self-massage. So I have this soft foam roller, and it's really good for your back or your IT band or any part of your body that's really sore, and maybe really just to warm up, get a light blood flow going to afflicted areas. And then we have this bumpy, hard, and rigid foam roller, and that is a little bit more intense for sure, but sometimes maybe you need it for like a harder to reach location like the hamstrings or the quads, or something that's not as sensitive. And then I have this self-massage roller, and that is really great for targeting particular small areas, and I like to use it on my legs or my ankles, my feet. You can roll your foot onto it, whatever you need to do to hit the targeted muscles. And then I've got a series of balls. What it is it's this variety of different balls in different densities and sizes, and what you can do is you can roll them back and forth over any tension points or trigger points. So let's get started. Coming down onto the foam roller, getting onto the front of the lower portion of the leg and rolling back and forth along the shin, flexing and extending the foot, and then slowly rolling side to side, doing the interior and the exterior of the shins. And then coming onto one leg, rolling from the ankle up to the knee, back and forth along the outside of the lower leg. And then slowly applying more pressure using both legs, working through any tension points slowly and steadily. Making your way to the other side, rolling back and forth, not only on the interior but also the exterior of both legs. And then coming onto your feet, go ahead and give your backside body a nice stretch, stretching your calves and your back. Rolling the toes, and then coming down onto the feet, giving the front side of your shins a nice stretch. And then coming down onto the arms, slowly starting to work from the kneecap upward toward the hip flexors, back and forth along the front side of the quad, widening the stance, turning the toes outward, flexing the glutes back and forth, rolling consistently, maybe rotating to one side, rolling on top of the IT band on the exterior of the right leg, back and forth, rolling to the left side, rolling the exterior of the left leg, rolling back and forth on the left hip flexor. And then to increase intensity, go ahead and bending the leg, flexing the quad as you roll back and forth, back and forth. And then to increase intensity on that left IT band, I'm taking one leg off and pushing into the ground. That's also drawing more attention towards the hip flexor where the IT band and the hip flexor meet. Back and forth from the front to the side, interior, exterior, rolling around. Always being mindful to honor your body, staying within joint. Engaging your core throughout all the movements. Making sure to keep your back safe. This helps to ensure that you're always keeping your body in its optimal wellness state and honoring your body. Using your breath, breathing in, breathing out, drawing your mind-body connection deep within. Using the breath, visualizing breathing into and out of the area that you're rolling, allowing oxygen and nutrients to flow freely within. Rolling back and forth on one glute, and then switching. Right here I'm in the modified pigeon pose, and then switching to the right glute, back and forth through the insertion points where the muscle enters into the sacrum, and then over to the side of the hip, and then turning the foam roller once again, sitting with your hamstrings. And then slowly bending forward, widening the stance, bending and flexing the toes, giving that additional stretch through the hamstring. Folding forward, nice flat back, engaging the core, flexing and straightening by rocking back and forth on the heel. And then if you're feeling ready to advance, you can slowly walking hips back and forth, pedaling the feet side to side. This helps to increase thoracic mobility. And then widening your stance as wide as you can, flat back, rolling back and forth along the interior thigh.